If he would only come like a man and take his chances like a man. Women had been known to reach the hearts of giants with the dagger's point, but he would creep upon her. She gave an exclamation of horror. Something was creeping over the window-sill. Her limbs palsied, but she struggled to her feet and looked back, her eyes dragged about against her own volition. 2 small green stars glared menacingly at her, just above the sill. Then the cat possessing them leaped downwards, and the stars disappeared. She realized that she was horribly frightened. Is it possible? She thought. Am I afraid of death, and of death that has not yet come? I've always been rather a brave woman. He used to call me heroic, but then with him it was impossible to fear anything. And I begged them to leave me alone with him as the last of earthly boons. Oh, shame! But she was still quaking as she resumed her seat, and laid her hand again on his heart. She wished that she had asked Mary to sit outside the door, but there was no bell in the room. To call would be worse than desecrating the house of God, and she would not leave him for one moment, to return and find him dead, gone alone. Her knees smote each other. It was idle to deny it. She was in a state of unreasoning terror. Her eyes rolled apprehensively about. She wondered if she should see it when it came, wondered how far off it was now. Not very far. The heart was barely pulsing. She had heard of the power of the corpse to drive brave men to frenzy, and had wondered, having no morbid horror of the dead. But this, to wait, and wait, and wait, perhaps for hours past the midnight, on to the small hours, while that awful, determined, leisurely something stole nearer and nearer. She bent to him who had been her protector with a spasm of anger. Where was the indomitable spirit that had held her all these years with such strong and loving clasp? How could he leave her? How could he desert her? Her head fell back and moved restlessly against the cushion, moaning with the agony of loss. She recalled him as he had been. Then fear once more took possession of her, and she sat erect, rigid, breathless, awaiting the approach of death. Suddenly, far down in the house on the first floor, her strained hearing took note of a sound, a wary, muffled sound, as if someone were creeping up the stair, fearful of being heard. Slowly. It seemed to count 100 between the laying down of each foot. She gave a hysterical gasp. Where was the slow music? Her face, her body were wet, as if a wave of death sweat had broken over them. There was a stiff feeling at the roots of her hair. She wondered if it were really standing erect, but she could not raise her hands to ascertain. Possibly it was only the colouring matter freezing and bleaching. Her muscles were flabby, her nerves twitched helplessly. She knew that it was death who was coming to her through the silent, deserted house. Knew that it was the sensitive ear of her intelligence that heard him, not the dull, coarse-grained ear of the body. He toiled up the stairs painfully, as if he were old and tired with much work. But how could he afford to loiter, with all the work he had to do? Every minute, every second he must be in demand, to hook his cold, hard finger about a soul struggling to escape from its putrefying tenement.